Hey everyone, it's Milo here for the Fellowship of Acoustics.
Maico here for the Fellowship of Acoustics.
What are we doing today, Maico?
Well, we are going to be searching for guitars, specifically acoustic guitars, and more specifically, we've set ourselves a budget of 2,500 to 5,000 euros.
Exciting.
Yeah, so we are going to try and find the best guitar that fits that budget in our opinion today.
We're going to find two each.
Yeah.
You're up first.
I am up first.
Really excited to see what you're going to choose. I don't know what I'm going to choose. There's a lot of options here, luckily.
Yeah. Disclaimer, there's probably too many options. This building is so big. We have a villa behind me over there that I will be entering soon. So we're just gonna go and look for different brands, a lot of different brands, but I don't have time to show all.
No.
So be aware of that.
Just our opinion on this day. And that will change maybe tomorrow.
And depending on stock that we have. Yeah.
And also it can be new, it can be second hand, but I think maybe we'll try to focus more on new guitars because then we can also order them again maybe.
Yeah, so if you like what you hear or see today, then you'll be sure that when you come back, it'll actually be either available or it'll be available to order.
Yeah. And then we'll make demos with Tom, I think, and then we'll compare them and see which one of us comes out on top.
And you get to decide. So let's go. So today I've got to find two acoustic guitars, so we're heading into the acoustic villa. I'm actually going to try to find one at the lower end of the budget, so around the 2,500 mark, and one at the higher end of the budget. We have a bunch of rooms. We have a vintage room, we have a boutique room. Let's start upstairs. This is the boutique guitar room, and I'm pretty sure we should be able to find something here. There's also going to be a lot of guitars here that are going to be way above budget because there are a lot of Collings guitars here, but also Bourgeois. So the first guitar that I've picked up the wall is actually this beautiful Bourgeois D, made by Dana Bourgeois and his team in Maine, USA. They build some of the nicest high-end instruments. There are a lot of boutique models from them on the wall as well that are way above our price point today. This is a trade-in, but the reason that I did choose it is usually this guitar is also below that $5,000 mark. I'll grab one more, put them side by side, and I'll just really quickly play both, and I might already make a decision. We'll have a look. One other brand that I haven't mentioned yet is actually in this room, and I think they might be a perfect fit for today, is Iris Guitars. As you can see, they build kind of stripped down models, so it's back to the basics, you could say, as far as aesthetics go. They make some really nice double O parlor kind of guitars. They make some slope shoulders that are really nice, and they're really well built for the price point that they have. So I'll just grab a few off the wall. This is their MS model, and this looks like a Gibson L00 as far as body shape and size goes. Let's just quickly see what this can sound like. Really nice, a well-balanced instrument, and it's kind of hard to pick up on the camera, but maybe you can see a little bit of the aging that they do on the top. Let me grab this Bourgeois. I can immediately feel this deep low end coming from this dreadnought body, and yeah, that's very nice for a lot of players. I'm personally more with a less deep sounding, more balanced guitar like this, I guess. As you can hear, a really nice guitar, really nice to be able to show you a Bourgeois in this price range because usually they are in the higher end of the spectrum. So far, this is the nicest one I've played, but I want to go in the room next door to see if I can find an Atkin guitar, because that is something I really enjoy myself. I think that this room will offer us a lot of options to look at, because there are Atkin guitars here from the UK. We also have Furch guitars from the Czech Republic. They also make really good instruments for the money, and I'm actually looking at one right now that's in the budget range. Then we have Lowden over here. I think I want to start with Furch, because I recently actually made a video with them. And I really like what they were building. So if you just have a look at this, a lot of craftsmanship has gone in with all the details that they did in the binding of the fretboard. It's just, I think it's a really sleek guitar. This OM model is actually right on the lower end of the budget. It's $25.99 at the time of making this video. So that's really nice. It's got an ebony fingerboard, rosewood spruce. But before I play it, let's also grab an Atkin. This guitar actually has a little place in our heart because of the Kingfisher that's on here. It's also on the headstock, and this model bears the name Kingfisher. And the reason that it's called a Kingfisher is because we have a pond back here, and in the pond is a Kingfisher that comes back every year. It's just something that we wanted to remember it by, and yeah, Atkin really built beautiful guitars with that Kingfisher in mind. These two actually look really similar, but this is an LG47 and this is an L36. This is just a tad smaller. Slightly out of tune, but I'm not the best player. Tom is, he will be demoing these guitars. I do think it sounds really nice. I think it's actually a little bit more the sound that I would be looking for in a guitar compared to that Iris. I didn't talk about price yet actually on this L36 because this is at the higher end of the budget. It's actually on sale right now. This is going, I think, for around $4,500. Yeah, $4,529 at the time of making this video. But actually, normally it's $48,000. So it's still below that $5,000 mark, but it's really up there. Iris also makes really nice guitars, and they've been growing in popularity over here. I'm a bit biased because I think Atkin is just a really, really cool brand. If I had to buy one now, when I was starting over, I would be looking at an Atkin guitar. That is the reason why I will be choosing this L36. So let's check it out.
Alright, so it's up to me to find my perfect acoustic guitar between 2,500 and 5,000 euros. So I have a bit of a strategy. I want to search for a bigger body guitar, a dreadnought maybe, because I mostly play dreadnoughts when I'm at home or in my band as well, and maybe a smaller body, so OM or smaller. This is one that we recently featured in the new arrivals. Way too expensive, never mind. This is the Rich Robinson D28, which sounded really good when we tried it out. This is a standard, or what was first known as the Reimagined series, now it's the Refresh series by Martin. Just a standard D28. So, as you all know, rosewood back and sides dreadnought guitar. My preferred option is a D18 style, but let's just see how this sounds. Alright, I already really like the sound of this one. So what's new with the Refresh series, that the bracing is a little bit lighter, so it's more scalloped. So you have a little bit more room to move, so it has a little bit more projection and volume. more bass end as well. Maybe let's just start with searching for a Dreadnought style guitars. So I'm tempted to search for a Eastman or maybe a Blue Ridge guitar, but I'm having a look around and everything is below 2,500. So the most expensive ones, like the E20D, are maybe 2,200. If there is an E40D that might be just within our range, but I don't see it right now. So we'll have to keep on looking. This is the boutique guitar room. A lot of guitars will also be above the $5,000 range or euro range. But there is a brand here behind me that I was really interested to show in this video. That's Iris guitar. We're really big fans of Iris guitars. And there are a few within our price range. Right now we're looking for the Dreadnought. So let's just begin with a DF, it's called. It's their version of a Gibson slope shoulder. DF is standing for Dale Fairbanks, one of the co-founders of Iris guitars. They have a more plain looking one with a satin finish, as you can see, and a more glossy finish, which is also relict. What I think more brands should do is make the bindings a little bit more yellow, like to age them. They also made a few with yellow pickguards, which I really liked. A lot of you online were not too happy about them. Let's just see, maybe compare it a little. Close the door. Totally different guitar, of course, than the D28. More to my liking. So this is also a mahogany back and sides guitar. It is a little bit more focused, less bass, but it sounds sweeter in the mids, and I really like it. There are a lot of them around. I can see there's another one there. I see one here as well. I won't bore you there as well. I won't bore you with trying them all, but I will do so right now and we'll get back to you with my favorite of the Irises here. So I tried all the Iris DF slope shoulders in this room, and the one I started with is actually my favorite sounding one. So I also see a Guild over there. That one is 3,400 right now. This one is 3,500, so right in the middle. Let me just grab the D28 that I first played, and then we'll do a comparison between the Iris DF, the D28 Refresh, and this Guild over here. All right, so we have a Guild D55, which is also a sort of a D28 style guitar, a rosewood back and sides, of course with a classic Guild aesthetic, which is totally different than Martin has. This doesn't really speak to me. I think that the Iris has a little bit more bass end, sounds a little bit fuller even than this one. This one does have a sort of compression that I also find in jumbo guitars, so sort of the SJ200. That can be a really nice sound, especially when recorded, which makes it automatically fit right in a mix. But it's not really what I'm looking for right now, so I'll put this back. And I also have to say I'm looking mostly for guitars that are new, fresh out of the factory guitars, not really second-hand ones. Of course, if you're looking for a guitar in this range, 2,500 to 5, it is a really good option to search for second-hand guitars, but I want to find something that can be reordered. So maybe if you're looking at this 5 years later, hello. But then an Iris DF can still be ordered, a D28 Refresh probably, or maybe it does have another name in the future, can still be ordered. Okay, so this is why it's really important to test guitars in the same room as well, because when I played them separately, I liked the Iris more, and now when I hear them next to each other in this room, and also relatively fast next to each other, I actually prefer the D28. But this refresh D28 is just a really, really great sounding one. 4,200 euros at the time of shooting this video. Of course, it is just a staple guitar, the D28. We all know it, we all love it. But I think they made a really good step in a good direction, in the right direction over at Martin with the refresh series, because they are really lively and full sounding guitars. I think I'm going for the D28 refresh. It's my first choice.
Okay, so right now we are actually in the Martin guitar room. There's a bunch of choices here as well, but to start off, I've actually just grabbed two from a different room because it's quite busy in the store right now in the Gibson and Taylor room, which is what I have right here. I've got a Taylor 412 CE and a Gibson made-to-measure LG2. Well, Taylor is obviously the younger brother on the block, but I've actually visited their factory, and this model was one of the models that I gravitated towards the most. What's actually really nice about the Taylor guitars is also that it's got a pickup system in it. This is the Taylor's own, Milo, what's it called again?
ES5, ES2?
ES5, ES2, I think it's ES2 actually. Yeah.
ES2.
I should know, I've been there. The Gibson LG2. This is a made-to-measure. Made-to-measure is, well, the name says it. These are usually a little bit more expensive because they were made to certain specifics instead of being a standardized model. But this one's actually on sale, and even when it's not on sale, it's still within budget. Beautiful little guitar. Let's just quickly play both of these. Whoa, that plays really nice. Yeah, I don't know what to say actually. The neck is very beefy. That is something that some players might not enjoy. I personally really do. Actually, the moment I picked up this guitar, Maico behind the camera, the first thing that she said was, "Whoa, that's a nice guitar." Right? Yeah. I don't know, Taylor, but yeah, that's gonna be difficult. So, Maico, if you had to choose one. Yeah, I know she would choose the Gibson. It's a very different instrument. As far as playability goes, the necks on Taylors, I really do love them. They are really comfortable to play. Yeah, if I had to choose between these two, I'd probably choose the Gibson. However, this one is half the price. And it's a beautiful guitar as well on its own. But before we make one more decision, let's look at what Martin has to offer. Anywhere between 2,500 euros and 5,000. Do you have anything?
Yeah, I think an OM28.
An OM28?
Yeah.
Ah, we could have a look. Ooh. Rowdy sure knows his stuff, because the moment I talked about the budget, he was instantly, oh, you should try this. This is the OM28, and this is actually the refresh series. So this is the series that came out last year during NAMM. Really beautiful set of wood, rosewood spruce, ebony fretboard. Nice. Hey, Rowdy, could you show me how she plays?
Yeah, sure.
So That's really nice. That's really nice. I think it really sounded beautiful. Now I'm a bit torn actually in what to do, because both of these guitars, whether it's the Martin OM28 or the Made to Measure, the LG2, they are at around 4,000 euros, and I was aiming to maybe end up at the 25 to 3,000 euro mark. Seeing that I already chose that beautiful Kingfisher. Shall we try to look for one more model and then decide? Yeah. So we actually quickly switched rooms, and this one is slightly above budget. It's $58.99, but I had to grab this because it's an acoustic baritone, and we don't see them too often here. I just got to play a chord real quickly. Let me just see if we can. That's very magical. Yeah, just wanted to show this real quick. And we had another look at the McNally models, but they're just outside of our price range. Thinking about it again, I do think we're going to end up choosing either a Martin or a Gibson model. I've just quickly picked a few. By the way, there are way too many guitars in the entire store to have a look at and go through all of them. I'm really torn because I have a beautiful L00 styled guitar that I've already chosen. I said that if I would buy a guitar again today, it would probably be an OM. I really enjoyed Rowdy playing this. It sounded really nice. I've touched it a little bit myself and it feels really good. But I like to also choose something that surprises me, because I know that I'm not the biggest Gibson acoustic guitar player. But the moment I picked this up, I felt the neck. I was like, this is a really nice guitar. So it's going to be this one. I'm going to choose this LG2 Made to Measure. So let's see what it sounds like.
I'm here with Rody Prince. You all know him from the demos. And I just asked him, what is the best Lowden between 2.5 and 5? Because I always really love the sound of Lowdens, but I like a Lowden that is not too over the top in terms of sort of how they look. I like a more understated, simple Lowden. So we're just having a look if we can find something, okay? Cedar top, an F10 Indian rosewood with a red cedar top. I think this is a really good shout. Thanks, Rowdy. Really love the sound of this. Cedar also has a mellowness to it, which I think is a nice combination with the rosewood. Rosewood has some more bass. It sounds broad and full, and the cedar tames it a little bit. In terms of looks, this is really what I'm after in Lowden guitars. This is what I like. I think I'm going in the right direction, searching for a Lowden. I said I was looking for a smaller body guitar. I found this one as well. This is, let's see, an O, I think. This is an O21. Okay, so this is a walnut back and sides guitar with a Sitka spruce top. Also, just a simple looking Lowden. And I think they are such elegant looking guitars when they are as simple as this. I love the flamed maple binding as well, which looks beautiful. O22, F25. This is in the upper register of the budget that we have. The F25, this one has Indian rosewood back and sides, also with a cedar top. Look at this beautiful dark piece. So we have a selection of 3 Lowdens right now, 1, 2, and 3. But I think it would also be fair to maybe throw in another brand as well. Another brand that I'm a fan of, Furg guitars. So we're looking at European built guitars for this round. This is their Pure OM, another rosewood back and sides. Might also be Indian rosewood, I think. A nice satin finish. Also not too glossy, not too much bling on this one. Just the pure and beautiful aesthetic of the wood that they use, which is also what you see in the Lowdens. I think for a live line, I'm going to ask Maico behind the camera to play something on all of these, and then I'll try to close my eyes and pick my favorite of the 4. So let's try it. So if you're watching this video right now and you also close your eyes, then please comment down below which was your favorite of those 4. My favorite was either 1 or 2. I think 2 was the best mix of everything, the sweetest sounding. Maico.
I think my favorite was number 3.
Number 3. So I think then number 3 was the big one. So that was the O21 Walnut Sitka. And then my favorite was the F25 Indian Rosewood Cedar. They're actually pretty much the same price. I'll just briefly play them one more time, just a few chords, like I did with the other guitars, just to see what feels right. So Maico, you like this one because it was a little bit brighter, right? I do agree, and now that I feel it when playing it, I really feel the low end coming through. When I sat there, I didn't really notice a big difference in the low end, but now I feel it as well. And it is a clearer sounding as well, and that is due to the walnut, I think. That is a little bit more clear sounding. Also, I already have a guitar with a rosewood back and sides. I said I wanted to go for a smaller one, but yeah, that it didn't really turn out that way. I'm going with the O21 with the walnut back and sides, a Sitka spruce top. This is actually a 50th anniversary. You can see it here on the headstock, 1974. Also, if you love Lowden guitars, then please check out the video that we did together with Ruud van Halder. He played some beautiful demos on Loudens. Oh wow, you also see it here. Beautiful, since 1974. This is my second choice in the 2,500 to 5,000 acoustic range.
All right, so we've actually ended up at the end of the video. We've just took some time to find a bunch of beautiful acoustics. Quickly, an overview, I chose an Atkin L36. It was an L00 kind of model.
From the Kingfisher
Yeah,
lineup,
from the
right?
Kingfisher lineup, and a Gibson made to measure. And Milo, you had?
I had a Lowden, a O21, which was actually Maica's choice as well, because she played them. You will have heard her play. A jumbo guitar, when I was actually looking for maybe a smaller body.
Yeah.
But then, now I heard that you chose 2 smaller body guitars, which
Yeah,
is nice.
and you choose?
Also a Dreadnought,
Yeah.
which was my first choice. It was a D28 refresh, which sounded really great. The new refresh series are just bouncy and lively and full sounding.
I really doubted between the refresh OM28 and the Gibson made to measure.
Right,
So
they feel
the
different
LG2.
than the reimagined guitars do.
Yeah, yeah.
I think. We won't pick our favorite. It is the Lowden O21 though. But you will let us know in the comments down below.
Sure.
Or in the poll.
Yeah.
On the community side of our YouTube page.
Yeah, just let us know which one of these is your choice, and we hope to see you in the next video. We will be doing electrics pretty soon as well, so stay tuned for that. Let's go!